guys, welcome to KristenKellyTV. Today I'm going to be doing an update video for you guys. I made a video called I Dated a Scientologist, or That Time I Dated a Scientologist, something on those lines, and the guy that I made the video about sent me an email. So if you would like to watch this video, please continue. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Let's get into it. First of all, if you have not seen the other video, I am going to link it below. I'm going to leave it as a comment. So, I was living in a hotel during the summer, and when I was living in the hotel, I was just doing video after video after video because I wasn't doing anything else. I got a request. I get a lot of requests to do dating stories. So I got a request to do a dating story, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to do the story about this guy that I went on a few dates with, and he was a Scientologist. So I labeled the video The Time I Went Out with a Scientologist. Him being a Scientologist really had very little to do with the story. Him being a Scientologist really didn't matter. A little bit of him being a Scientologist pertained to the story because the things that he had grown up, I guess, learning, like not to take medication, things like that. But him being a Scientologist really wasn't like the main focus of the entire story. It was more so about all these other things that happened when I was hanging out with this guy. So, a lot of people, now I have to say that Scientology is a cult. 110% Scientology is a cult. It is so much of a cult, in fact, that I got so many crazy comments on the video that I am going to read some of these crazy comments. Scientology, 100% is a cult. You could say most religions are a cult. I think Scientology is more of a cult than most religions. They have, if you leave the church of Scientology, you have to stop talking to everyone that you know. If you leave the church, you're not supposed to talk to your family members. It really is a cult. It really is. But my story about the Scientologist had little to do with Scientology. However, he was a Scientologist. That video, I got over 25,000 views, which I have a pretty small YouTube channel. So, I mean, compared to the other videos that I had been posting, I probably got like 500, 600 views. I got 25,000 views on that because it was about Scientology, which I guess is like a hot, button issue or something. I don't really post like clickbait videos, but it was just a dating video, and that's really all it was. And this guy was a piece of shit, and I talked about how he was a piece of shit. So, the story happened 10 years ago, and I posted this video 5 months ago. I am going to read, though, some of the comments that Scientologists left on this video, which you know that it's a cult because they attacked me like I was attacking their religion, when in that video I didn't even say anything bad about Scientology. I didn't even say that Scientology was a cult, even though it is. Okay, so the video is called That Time I Dated a Scientologist. Story time. It has 302 thumbs up, and it has 92 thumbs down. Now, those 92 thumbs down could be disgruntled people that didn't like the story or something. However, normally I don't get almost 100 thumbs down, so I'm pretty sure these are from Scientologists. Scientologists also are known to bully people. They're known to go out of their way to really, if somebody talks bad about their religion, to attack that person. So honestly, I have a very thick skin. I do not care what anybody writes about me at all. However, what I do think is extremely funny is in that video I said, I'm not going to say this person's name, but he has the most douchebaggy name in the whole world. So there's not a name I can say that's even close enough to his name because he's a douchebag. And it's a douchebag name. So I said his name was Brian in the video. I never said the guy's real name. Well, his name is Chad. And you know what? The first comment is, glad you got out of this relationship. Why do I have the feeling his name is Chad? That comment has 27 thumbs up. And all these people are like, it has to be Chad. All of these people in the video, on the comments, said his name has to be Chad. His name has to be Chad, or it has to be Brody, which I was like, that's actually a very douchey name too, but I've never even met anybody named Brody. I don't even know if that's like that common of a name, but I was like, that's a douchebag name too. but it's just so funny. Like, every comment, his name has to be Chad, the douchiest name out there. That has 55 thumbs up. So everybody was saying this guy's name was Chad. His name actually is Chad, but I never said that in the video. So when he emailed me, I even was like, I never even said this guy's name. And then I looked at the comments because I hadn't really looked at them, and I was like, oh my God, so many people are like, his name has to be Chad. And I was like, that, my friends, is really telling you how douchebaggy of a name the name Chad is. Your like, and every time this person put like, they put it in capitals and black. You're like the common American like female. You're like proud of like getting everything for free, not like paying for things and like dating someone while you continually like get signals that he is like weird. You like speaking ability is like that of a like 4-year-old. Welcome to new like America, land of imbeciles. First of all, I do say like a lot. I'm sorry if that bothers you, Scientologist. This person, Kelly in Texas, said, your lip filler is uneven, and when you talk, it's distracting. I just keep watching the lumps slide over your veneers, and it pulls your lip out of shape. You're beautiful, so you don't need that taking away from your face, exclamation mark. Also, I know you wear a lot of wigs, but is that your natural hair part? I wonder if you shaved it or if it came that way. First of all, Kelly from Texas, I don't have fake lips. I just have big lips, and my lips are uneven. Most people are uneven. One of my breasts is bigger than the other breast. Half of my hair grows faster than the other half. One of my eyebrows is like more up than the other. Normally people are, not symmetrical. We're asymmetrical. Like, we're very different. Half of your face is normally different. I just have naturally large lips, and they're a little uneven, and sometimes when I talk, they go different ways. That's just how it is. I don't have veneers. I did have braces for 6 years. Thank you. Also, in the video, I had no makeup on, no hair, and my hair was just, like, unstyled naturally. So, no, I didn't even know people, like, shaved their, a part to their hair. I don't even know if that's a thing, Kelly from Texas. This just goes on and on with people, like, leaving crazy comments. Alright, so, I did that video 5 months ago. I'm at school on Friday and I get an email. First of all, I would like to say this guy is such a narcissist, because actually after I had blocked him on Facebook and I blocked him on MySpace before because he did find me on Facebook and I blocked him there too. But on MySpace, after I blocked him, I was not speaking to him anymore, I had made my song. So on MySpace, if all of you don't know, you used to be able to put music on your page. So I had Fine Frenzy. It's a song pretty much called Almost Lover. Beautiful, beautiful song. I had that song as my song, and he literally contacted me saying, my friend saw that you had Fine Frenzy on your MySpace page, and was that about me? Because my friend thinks it's about me too. I'm like, I love that song, and you are a psychopath, and I had already blocked him everywhere. Why would I block you and then put up a love song about you? Ready? This is the email from Chad, the Scientologist. Hi, Kristen. I saw the video you posted about me on YouTube. Seeing things from your perspective was eye-opening for me. I'm married now, and I have a baby daughter. I wouldn't want anyone to treat my daughter the way I treated you. I want to apologize for my behavior on multiple fronts. I drank way too much on prom night, and I obviously acted highly inappropriate when I got into an argument with you. I don't recall doing some of the things you said I did, but as I was extremely drunk, I'll take your word for it. I was raised by Scientologists. All my life, I'd been taught that psychiatric drugs were bad. It's embarrassing to say, but I honestly didn't know any better. I was just a confused, misguided, and ignorant kid. I've since severed ties with Scientology altogether. I had some pretty unrealistic body image standards in my early 20s. I also had no filter. This was a vicious combination, especially when mixed with alcohol. This led me to say things that I never should have said. One of the most hideous and vindictive things I did was tell everyone that you had an eating disorder. I can't apologize enough for this. It was incredibly cruel of me. In regards to Michael was the promoter that I was very good friends with, that this guy didn't really even know. I agree, I wasn't close to him. If I gave you that impression, I apologize. He was close friends with one of my friends, and I thought Michael and I were good acquaintances. He was a promoter. I guess it was his job to be friendly to everyone. I apologize for making you believe that I was closer to him than I was. If I could go back and do everything over again, I would be less of a narcissist, perfectionist, uptight asshole. I would have gotten over myself, swallowed my inflated pride, and just paid for the limo and left it at that. I would have been a better person and not said the hurtful things I said to you. I'm not saying I'm anywhere near perfect today, but I've definitely learned a lot about myself over the years and have made improvements where I could. I understand the appeal of doing a video about dating a Scientologist. It's a controversial subject. I can't expect you to take it down for me, but I do want to ask you to please consider one thing. My priority now is my daughter above all else. I'm committed to setting the best example possible for her. There aren't that many Scientologists out there. I would hate for her to someday stumble upon your video and get a glimpse of a darker side to her father. I worry that this might normalize my behavior for her. I want her to know that she should never put up with the type of guy I used to be. You might say that I should have thought of that beforehand, and you'd be right. But I hope you'll set this aside and think of my daughter in spite of me. It would be extremely painful for my wife to hear some of the things you said at the end of your video, like being the type of person that would kill my wife. We have a very healthy relationship, and I don't believe she deserves to hear this sort of thing, as it is patently untrue and could be potentially damaging. I feel extremely bad about what I did and said to you. I am truly sorry. I also want to acknowledge how long it took me to send this apology. I should have sent it long ago. Sincerely, Chad. Well, Chad, let's talk about what you said in your email. First of all, very, very weird, like unbelievably creepy and weird that you found my video. I have 11,000 subscribers, which is extremely small. This is an extremely small YouTube channel. That video had 25,000 views, extremely small on the Richter scale. So the fact that you found my video means you were looking me up. That in itself is so unbelievably creepy. So I was even talking to my man about this, and I was like, I cannot believe, I talked to my friends too, I was like, I cannot believe that this creep show, first of all, found me and found this video, and then had the audacity to email me about it. And my boyfriend said, well, if you think about it, he was name dropping Kobe Colette, and I'm sure that after you were on television, he said to people, oh, I dated that girl, or oh, I went on a date with that girl from the Bad Girls Club. So he probably already mentioned to people that he knew me. So he then was afraid that people would put two and two together and connect that he went on a date with me, that he was a Scientologist, and that all these people were commenting that his name must have been Chad because he had his douchey name. So that is what everyone seems to think. But once again, super duper creepy that 10 years later, you, after going on maybe what, 2-3 dates at the absolute most, that this person found me, searched me out after being a complete and utter horrible person to me. Seeing things from your perspective was an eye-opener, blah, blah, blah. I want my daughter to know that people can't treat her like that. Okay, so yes, your daughter should know that. And I, after you were mentally and verbally and very, very abusive towards me, I never spoke to you again. So good. I hope that your daughter would be like me and would be smart enough to walk away from someone like you were in your early 20s. On that note, do I think you are a horrible piece of shit human being? No, I don't. We all make mistakes. We all do crazy things. I have treated many a man like a piece of shit. I have said and done some crazy things. Am I an angel? No, I am not an angel, Chad. So do I hold some crazy grudge against you? No, I don't. I was merely doing a story time video. I drank too much on prom night. Well, yes, you did. But we all have. I, once again, don't think you're a horrible person. He was raised as a Scientologist. Well, I would like to say that is amazing that you are no longer a Scientologist, because it is a cult. So good for you, Chad, for not being a Scientologist anymore. He was taught that psychiatric drugs were bad. Well, Chad, let me tell you a few things about my medication. If I don't take my medication, I won't get out of bed. I literally will sleep for 16 hours. I won't eat. I lose a ton of weight, which I'm sure you would like because you're all about like women looking like skeletons. But me personally, I like to be healthy. So I won't eat. I won't get out of bed. I won't talk to people. I won't function. If I do not take medication, I literally am a different person and my life is horrible. So yes, taking psychiatric medication is actually very good for a lot of people. But thank you for acknowledging that you were wrong. I had some pretty unrealistic body image standards in my early 20s. Well, can I also say that, Chad, you're an idiot, because when you emailed me, it has your last name. So I went on Instagram and I looked you up. Can I just say that not only are you fat now, but you have horrible wrinkles and you are quite ugly. Sorry guys, my camera overheated. Okay. So back to his email. So he's apologizing, you know, blah, 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 blah. Like the whole thing about the guy that I knew that like the reason that he, like the whole thing with Michael, that was so unnecessary in the email. If I could go back, what I would do, blah, blah, blah. That's so stupid. That's nor here or there. Apology, blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, do I accept your apology? No, I don't. Here is why. First of all, after this man tried, you know what? No, I'm going to talk to it like I'm talking to Chad. No, Chad, I'm not going to accept your apology. And this is why, Chad, I'm not accepting your apology. First of all, this happened 10 years ago. You should have contacted me after and apologized. You should not have seen a video I posted, gotten scared, and then apologized about it. Also, I do not care about your fucking wife or your fucking child. I don't care. I have no camaraderie because your daughter is a girl. I have no camaraderie because your wife is a woman. Your wife is an adult, and I am sure that she married you and had a child with you, so she must know you. So it's a little weird to me that you are afraid of her seeing a video that someone you went on possibly 2-3 dates with 10 years ago would influence her in a certain way. That to me is a little weird. If you're married to someone and have a child with them, they should know you better than I know you from 3 dates from 10 years ago. So I don't think that you have anything to worry about. And if your wife and you have such a weird relationship that you don't talk about things, that's so weird. I'm a very open person and I talk about everything with everyone. So just the fact that your wife doesn't know things about you or might not know how you were 10 years ago is a little weird. I openly will tell people that I'm a piece of shit sometimes, because we all are, you know, no one's perfect. No one expects you to be some kind of perfect human being. No one is. And me taking my video down is never going to happen. It would not happen if there was a gun to my head. I don't take videos down. That's just something I do. If I post something, it's up. I feel no shame in telling a story of what happened because I truthfully told exactly what happened. I'm not going to take it down in fear or in you are afraid that your daughter or wife will stumble upon this video someday. First of all, I think that's a very slim chance. I don't think in a million years that's going to happen. And if it does happen, I mean, she married you. She has a kid with you. She's stuck with you. So, you know, who cares? Also, if your child is watching this video in 15 years or whenever she is old enough to watch and comprehend something, I don't think that she is going to think of her father in an ill way because of something that happened 10 years ago. Personally, I don't think that my parents are perfect people. My mother's never had a sip of alcohol. The woman goes to church every day. She's never had a speeding ticket, never smoked a cigarette, never done a drug in her life, and I still don't think my mom's a perfect person. Everybody has a past, and just because you went on a few dates with somebody 10 years ago and were a piece of shit does not mean that your child is going to think less of you. Nobody's perfect. Just because you're a parent doesn't make you like a new person, and just because you're a parent, it doesn't make it so all of the things you did in the past go away. You can't just erase things that happened, and I think that yeah, it sucks that I have a platform and it sucks for you that I told a story about you, but no one knows your last name, even though now I do because you emailed me like a fool, which was so stupid on your part because now I know your last name, now I know your email address, which I didn't know before, and I easily could have said your last name, and I easily could have posted your email address, which actually is not illegal. So you shouldn't have said anything. How do I feel about Chad emailing me? I feel weird about it. When I read the email, I almost was in shock because it just really caught me off guard. It was so strange. More so, his email was strange at the fact that he was like justifying his actions and even asked me to take it down. I think that if he had just said to me, if he had just apologized, if he had said, Kristen, I came across your video randomly, and maybe explained how he came across my video, not just that he was stalking me. Maybe I came across your video randomly and I feel so guilty about what you said. I didn't realize how hurtful I was, and I'm really sorry. I hope you're doing well. If he had said that, maybe I would have said, you know what, I'll take that video down. But no, I'm not. Because of the fact that he literally was justifying of why he acted the way he did, and he was justifying himself, and he was justifying the story, and then he wants me to take it down for his wife and his child. Well, you know what? I am a child too. I am my parents' child, and you treated my parents' child like a piece of shit. And I hope that no man treats your daughter like that when she is older. So yes, I do agree that you shouldn't normalize how you treated me because you were awful. But we learn from our mistakes. If you aren't, I really believe that we do learn from our mistakes, you know, and I feel like if you didn't treat me like such a piece of shit, Chad, then I wouldn't be so grateful for the relationship I'm in now. If you and so many other men were not so horrible to me when I was younger, then I wouldn't be so grateful for the relationship I'm in now. So that's life. So in a way, thank you, Chad, for being a horrible person. Also, thank you for being a horrible person because we only went on a few dates. And honestly, thank God for that. All right, guys, this is done. I'm wrapping up the story. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up, leave me any comments, and I will talk to you soon. And hey, Chad, don't send me any more emails. Bye. I don't need you.